Hey buddies, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and in today's video this is the part 2 of our Java pattern number 1 under Java pattern series. And if you haven't watched it yet, I'm going to put the link in the description. And if you haven't yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do consider subscribing, and it would be of great help. So without any further ado, let's jump right into the video. So as you can see, this is my canvas that I've created for you, and on the left part, this is the code that we've used in the previous video. And then we're going to put it here in the center. We copy it and make it a bit larger. So before we're going to start, I'm going to explain how this program works, or how this loop works. Let's choose another color, and oops, sorry for that. This is the outer loop. I'm wrong with that. It should be from the first curly brace up to the last, and then this part is the inner loop, and the first and second part of the loop, which is the initialization, and the condition will be the first to be executed, which is on the left part, which is the rows equals to 1. That's the initialization, and condition is rows less than or equal to 5. If that's true, it then goes to the inner loop, and again it will go to execute the first and second part of the loop, initialization and the action, and it will go to check if it's true or if it's false. If it's true, it then proceed to the next statement, which is system.out.print. And take note, it's print, and the other one is println. When we say print, it will stay, or it will continue printing whatever you're going to print on the same line. And when we say println, it will go to the next line. The cursor will go to the next line. So that's just an example. We delete this. And then after printing the asterisk or the wildcard, the value of columns, which is 1, will become incremented to 1, and the symbol plus plus is an action part of the loop. It's an action, and it's called increment, and there's also decrement. So the value of calls from 1 becomes 2, and then the value of calls will now becomes updated, and it becomes 2 now. And again, there's two kinds of action. There's increment, and there's also decrement. When we say decrement, this is a symbol of decrement, minus minus, from the word itself, increment or increase the value, and decrement, which means we decrease the value. And then after printing that, it will go outside the inner loop, and it will go into print line, which means this is a symbol for the print line that we're gonna be using later for the simulation, which means the cursor will go to the next line and print something else again, or restart. So after printing the next line, or putting our cursor to the next line, it will then goes back to the outer loop and increase the value of the rows. From 1 it becomes 2, just like what we did in the inner loop. And then again, it will continues to loop. First it will check the value of the initialization, whether it's true to the condition, and it will continue again until the condition is being met. So this time I'm going to type the conditions and the variables that is needed for the loop. And I represented different colors: the violet, which means the outer loop, the blue represents the inner loop, the green is the printing, and the light blue represents the next line. Just so we know. It will serve as a guide for us in this part. Sorry for that. This changes to drawing. Sorry, I burped again. So our rows is 1. And then 1 is less than or equal to 5. It's true. We check it. And then we change another color. Our columns is 1. And it's less than or equal to 5. And then after the condition, it will proceed to the next statement, which we're going to print the wildcard. And then it will go back the outer loop, increment the value, and it will update the value to 2. So our calls plus plus, because we incremented, the value becomes 2, because 1 plus 1 is equals to 2, and the new updated value is now 2. And it's still true because 2 is less than or equal to 5. And then we're going to print again, and take note it's print, so it will stay on the same line while the condition is still true. It's while the condition, for example, while our column's value is less than or equal to 5, it will still continue printing the asterisk, and it will stay on the same line. And again, it will print it, and the value becomes 5, and now becomes 5. Still true. And take note, it's not 5 is less than or less than 5, no, but it's equal to 5, so it's still considered. The range is still in that position. So now 5 incremented, when we increment, it becomes 6. And then after 6 is less than 5, no. 6 is equals to 5, no. So this is the part where our inner loop stops looping, and then it will go outside the inner loop, which is the next statement. Execute the next statement, system out that println. So when we say NLN, again the cursor will go to the next line, and it will go back, increment the value of our rows. Let's change the color just so we know that it's outside. This is the symbol, if you remember. The cursor, it's pointing to the next line. It looks something like this. This is the cursor. Okay, I'm pointing to this. This is your cursor. And then we change colors. Our rows is now 2. We incremented because we go back to the rows, and our value is 2, and it's less than 5. And again, I'm going to delete this part. And again, the value of the columns will be reset to 1, because it's another start of the inner loop. So just like from the previous or the first part of our loop, which is the first row, first generation of loop, it will still the same. 3 is less than or equal to 5. Again, we're going to print the asterisk. And if you notice, okay, let's wait. If you notice the number of rows, we have 1 and 2, which means we have 2 rows already. And if you notice our print, which is denoted by the green color, it's obviously same with that, because our value is 2. The value of our rows is 2, and same with the print that we have. We already completed our 2 rows. Right. And then it will end now. again the cursor will go to the next line, and I think I'm going to forward this. Just take a look at that clearly and observe, or you can also do simulation on your own, write it on paper. Let's just check if you're right. It was so easy. And now the value of our rows will be incremented to 6, and the update value is 6, and the condition is false already because 6 is not less than or equal to 5. And then this is the time where our loop ends and everything else, because the inner loop is part of the outer loop. So sorry for the output of my print, but it looks something just like this. It's just to test whether the output is similar to the square or not. But it looks something like this. And this is the print output. This is the output, or the display output. And this is how the video ends. Everyone, thank you for watching, or thank you for listening. Goodbye and peace. So that's all for this video, guys. And if you find this video helpful, please do not forget to hit like, share, and subscribe button. Always pray, be safe, keep on learning, and give God to your loved ones.